Something I often think about is what an audience perceives in a piece of artwork. And something that kind of came to mind right now is my favorite piece of art, which so happens to be Nighthawks by Edward Hopper. I'm not entirely sure when I was introduced to this piece of art, but as long as I've had a creative, mindset, it's been at the forefront of that process for me personally. And you may be asking yourself, why am I bringing this up right now? Just art has a great way to represent feelings or emotions that you don't necessarily know how to articulate. And to me, this art piece best represents that for me. And to kind of go into that, I kind of have to explain what I see in this piece of art. So, outside of the lighting, outside of the cinematography, the composition, I can see myself as each and every one of these characters or people in this piece of art. You have the man with the woman who aren't necessarily communicating with one another, but they're still there, present, but at the same time distant. You have the host, who's essentially just there doing his job, not really interacting with the people in the diner. You have the guy sitting alone. As to what he's doing, no one knows. Then you have the guy who, or me personally, who's looking into the scene. I remember very often when I was in college, walking around the city and looking into all the different displays and windows, reminiscing or thinking about what went on behind the scenes. So, learning about Edward Hopper and his life, I can understand what he kind of went through in that regard. And you can see that in his other work, but this one in particular really resonated with me. And as I sit here feeling those sensations again, I can't help but be astonished that this stuff, can articulate those feelings. No words, no guidance in particular. It's just the artwork in you, and what you bring to the artwork kind of colors the way you see it as well. So my interpretation sure as hell is not the same for everyone. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the goal is with this video. Just had one of those creative outbursts that I needed to utilize, otherwise it would just gone to the wayside like everything else. So I'm curious as to what your favorite art piece is, and if you don't have one, I suggest go looking for one. Maybe something will resonate and bring something out of you that you didn't think you had, or perhaps explain something you can't articulate yourself. So I sometimes just find myself looking at this piece of art and just thinking about what everyone else is doing.